see the Pittsburgh Pirates finally return to the Fall Classic. The Pirates ran away from the Braves to win their first pennant since 1927. They faced the New York Yankees in the 1927 World Series, and they were swept 4-0. Their opponent this time, who else but the American League's New York Yankees. After a one-year absence from the World Series, the Yankees were back again with their 11th American League title in 14 years. Will the overwhelming experience margin help the Yankees in Game 1? Let's see.
Pittsburgh, that in 1960 gained new distinction, for the Pirates won their first pennant in 33 years. And they faced the same World Series foe they encountered back in 1927, the fabled New York Yankees. The Bombers again are favored as we open that historic Forbes Field at once stamping grounds of the immortal Honus Wagner. Typewriters already are clicking in the press box. The rival managers are the hardy perennial Casey Stengel of the Yankees. In 12 years with the Bombers, old Case has now made the series 10 times. And here's Danny Murtaugh of Pittsburgh, who's a newcomer to these fall classics. On hand early is Ford Frick, commissioner of baseball, who's the supreme authority in the conduct of the World Series. Vern Law, 20-game winner, opens for Pittsburgh. Art Ditmar, who tops Stengel's staff with 15 victories, goes for the Yankees. The umpires are ready for the call to play ball, but first there's the traditional national anthem. The Pirates take the field, and the first game of the series is underway. Tony Kubek watches Vern Law's first pitch. Law fires again, and Kubek slaps a ground ball toward third that caroms off the bag for a base hit. John Hoke has no chance to make a play. After failing in an attempt to bunt, the ground ball passed the mound to Mazeroski. He tags Kubek and throws to first for the double play. Roger Maris, the New York Yankee slugger, swings and misses on a high pitch that runs the count to 1-1. Law comes down again, but this time Maris connects and in right field. The ball clears the screen easily and drops into the front part of the upper deck for a home run. There was never any doubt about this drive. The Yankees are out in front 1-0. They give Maris a happy reception. In the Pittsburgh half of the first inning, Bill Verdon walks, and Ditmar is off to a shaky start. Checks the runner at first. And there goes Verdon down to second. Yogi Berra's throw sails into center field, and Verdon races on to third. It's a stolen base and an error for failing to cover second. Dick Grote, an excellent right field hitter, proves it again when he deftly punches an outside pitch into the opposite field for a double. Verdon trots home with a tying run. Bullpen is alive. And out to the mound goes Casey Stengel to talk to his pitcher. But he allows Ditmar to stay in the game. Bob Skinner bounces a single over second, just out of reach of everybody. And Grote sprints home to put the Bucks in the lead 2-1. With one out, Skinner alertly steals second. This pays off as Roberto Clemente singles through the middle on another bouncing hit. It sends Skinner home, and the Pirates have a 3-1 lead. Stengel returns to the mound, and this time removes his starter and calls in Jim Coates, who ends the Pirate rally. In the Yankee second, with 2 men on first and second and 1 out, Richardson flies to Skinner, and Berra is doubled on second base at a very close play. With Dick Grote on first base and 1 out in the Pittsburgh third, Stewart lines a hard single to left field. Grote digs now for third base, but he underestimates the arm of Hector Lopez as well as the sharpness of Stewart's hit. Lopez cuts him down despite a desperate slide by the Pirate captain. Berra is on the deck in the Yankee fourth as Mantle walks following a single by Maris. Law checks at second, then pitches. Berra hammers a terrific drive to right center field. Both Burden and Clemente race for it, but Burden hauls it down with a great running catch. Later in the inning, the Yankees add a run to make it 3-2. In the Pittsburgh fourth, coach retires Burgess but walks Don Hope. Mazeroski fouls off a pitch. It's strike two, but coach makes the next one too good, and Mazeroski slams along with the left. It sails over the scoreboard and drops among the trees of Shenley Park, a wallop of more than 400 feet. Here comes Mazeroski trotting home behind Hope, and the Pirates lead by 3 runs. The score is 5-2, and with a 3-run lead, Vern Law is pitching superbly. In the New York sixth, Mantle is called out on strikes. Then, after Berra flies out, Skowron is also a strikeout victim. Law retires the heart of Murderer's Row on just 11 pitches. In the Yankee eighth, with the Pirates leading 6-2, Lopez opens with a single to right, and the Bombers are trying to get a rally underway. Maris also singles, and Murtaugh regards the situation as too dangerous as he calls for Elroy Face, the biggest little rescuer in baseball. Law's injured ankle is apparently giving him trouble. First to confront Roy is the mighty Mantle. Face strikes him out. Now comes Berra with a 2-0 count on him. Yogi swings away and lifts a routine fly to Roberto Clemente in right. Skowron tries to salvage something for the Yankees, but he too strikes out. With 12 pitches, Face stops the heart of the Yankee batting order, along with a scoring threat. Elston Howard pinch hits in the ninth with 1 out and Bobby Richardson on first. A swing and a drive to the outside in right field over the right field screen for a home run, which scores Richardson ahead of him to cut the Pirate lead to 6-4. The Yankees feel they're back in the ballgame. Tony Kubek singles to center, and they seem even more certain of it. Doesn't appear to be too disturbed as he calmly works on Lopez, who slaps the ball to Mazeroski. It's a double play. Mazeroski, Grote to Stewart, and the Pirates win 6-4. The Bucks swarm around Face to congratulate him on his plucky relief hurling, while the defeated Yankees trudge silently back to their dressing room.
Did you know? The Pittsburgh Pirates won the first modern National League championship in 1901. Get ready as we test your back-in-time classic sports IQ. Which Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher won the 1960 Cy Young Award? Was it A, Harvey Haddix, B, Roy Face, or C, Vern Law? C. The 1960 Cy Young Award winner was Vern Law when he went 20-9 and had an amazing 3.08 ERA.
Welcome back. Playing at historic Forbes Field, Game 1 saw the host Pirates knock out Yankee starter Art Ditmer with 3 runs in the bottom of the first. The Yankees closed late on Elston Howard's pinch hit 2-run homer in the ninth, but the Bucks hung on for a 6-4 win. Will the Pittsburgh Pirates sweep the first 2 games of the 1960 World Series? Let's get you back to Forbes Field to find out.
Rain threatens the second game, but fortunately it stops in time. Del Webb and Dan Topping, co-owners of the Yankees, appear happy and confident. The championship record of the Bombers is something of which they are understandably proud. And so it's Friend against Turley in Game 2. And with Bob Friend on the mound, the Yankees start rolling. As Kubek flips a little pop fly into left field, it gives him an opening hit in each game so far. Kubek tries to catch the Pirates off guard as he sprints for second. But Burgess fires to Mazeroski, and Tony is out on the first attempted steal by the Yankees in the series. Casey doesn't appear too happy about it. With Fred Green pitching in the fifth, Maris is on first, and the Yankees are leading 3-1. Mickey Mantle levels on one for a homer to right field, scoring Maris ahead of him. It's number 12 for Mantle in World Series play, breaking a previous tie with Duke Snider and putting him only 3 behind Babe Ruth, the greatest slugger of them all. The Yankee margin is now 5-1. Elston Howard blasts open the sixth with a prodigious triple that crashes off the screen around the light tower in right center. Burden almost seems to scale the wall in a valiant but futile attempt for the ball. Richardson lines a double to left as the Bombers appear in an explosive mood. And Howard trots home from third to extend the score to 6-1. That's all for Fred Green. Danny Murtaugh signals for Clem Levine. It's nothing new for him, for as a former Dodger, he has faced the Yankees in other World Series. Berra shows no respect. Yogi singles with the bases loaded, scoring McDougal and Kubek. Because of an intervening hit and an error, there are now 4 runs across the inning with 2 men still on base. Skowron singles to keep the Yankees on the rampage. Maris jogs home, and Berra gallops to third, and the Bombers are bombing 10-1. Here is Murtaugh back on the mound for another pitching change. He summons George Witt, a young right-hander who manages to get the side out at the expense of 2 more runs, which makes it a 7-run inning for the Yankees, and a bulging 12-1 margin. Joe Gibbon is pitching for Pittsburgh in the 7th. 2 on and 1 out as Mantle rockets a tremendous drive to right center field. Burden goes back, and then watches, of course, in utter amazement as the ball sails high over the 436-foot sign. No other right-handed batter ever cleared the wall at that point. 3 more runs cross the plate on this blast. After adding another run in the 9th, the Yanks lead 16-1. Meanwhile, Turley has allowed 13 hits in 8 1/3 innings, but has scattered them very effectively until the 9th. And with 2 runs across, Stengel removes Bullet Bob and brings in southpaw Bobby Shantz, the clever little curveball artist who relieved in 42 games this season. Shantz into the stretch, gets set. And Don Hoke hits a comebacker. Bobby turns it into a double play. New York wins it 16-3, and the series is tied at 1-all. Pittsburgh fans are gloomy, but they had witnessed some fabulous slugging by Mickey Mantle.
Did you know? Mickey Mantle holds career records for home runs with 18, runs scored with 42, and runs batted in with 40 in World Series play. Get ready for another back-in-time sports IQ trivia question. Yankees manager Casey Stengel had a 53-year career as a player and a manager. In how many World Series did he participate? Is it A, 10, B, 13, or C, 15? B. Casey Stengel participated in an amazing 13 World Series, playing in 3 and managing in 10.
In Game 2, the Bombers left nothing to doubt, pummeling a series of Pittsburgh pitchers for 19 hits and 16 runs. The Pirates collected 13 hits themselves, but could manage only 3 runs against Bob Turley and Bobby Shantz. Mickey Mantle led the Yankee attack with a pair of homers and 5 RBIs. Game 3 is back in Yankee Stadium with future Yankee Hall of Famer Whitey Ford taking the mound. Can the Pirates pitching staff stop the Yankees' bats? Let's get you out to Yankee Stadium for Game 3 of this back-in-time 1960 World Series Classic.
For the third game, the scene shifts to New York and Yankee Stadium. From the days of Babe Ruth, this has become a traditional setting for baseball's classic. In 37 years, there have been 23 World Series played here. Among the early arrivals is John W. Galbraith, personable president of the Pirates. He's joined by general manager Joe L. Brown. They radiate optimism, and so does Pittsburgh Vice President Tom Johnson. This third game will be an all-southpaw duel. Vinegar Ben Mizell will start for Pittsburgh, and Whitey Ford, a veteran of these pressure events, is Stengel's choice.